All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man, Jay. Man, is it a mistake to trade in the Z Fold 3 for the S22 Ultra? That is a question I have been asking myself the closer and closer my date comes for the delivery of my custom S22 Ultra. Now, in the interim of me waiting on mine, backstory, I bought my wife 512 white. Best Buy said, we don't know when you're going to get it. Cancel that. I also bought her a S22 Plus white. Cancel that. They called me again, said we don't know when you're going to get it. So I ended up just getting her eventually finding her a black 512 last week. So we got her one, and I've used it. I didn't put out any content on it because it's her device, and I didn't want to get too attached to it, you know. But I can definitely give you a first impressions of the device. But I want to wait for my custom S22 Ultra to come in because I don't want to, I want to stay focused with it. So. But one question that has been lingering over my head ever since I opted to trade this device in is, should I actually do it? Is it worth giving up this beautiful display and then this compact size to have a pen that's actually staying inside? Now, a lot of discussions have come about whether or not the battery life on the S22 Ultra is good or not. So, battery life is just such a subjective conversation, but people still like to have it for some reason. They like to post their battery stats as to, I know people are just kind of keeping track, but I guess when people start to have disagreements about it, that's what I don't understand, because we are all different. If we were all the same, then yeah, we could expect the same results. Probably, or try to battle that out like that. But we're all different, and we're all using different applications. We're all using our devices completely different. So battery life so far on my wife's device, I can tell you, she's no longer retired. She decided to go back to work. So she starts her day at about 6:30 and it ends at about 3:30 technically. And she ends her work day with about, if you want to call it work, she's the boss. So she ends her day at about 75%. So, and the reason her battery is draining 25% in that time frame is because she has a work phone and she has a personal cell phone. And in that area where she works inside that office, there is no service for T-Mobile, period. How this is so, I don't even know. But every other provider apparently works in that building except for T-Mobile. So her phone, she doesn't want to put it in airplane mode because, she goes outside sometimes and it'll eventually pick up service for a little bit. But nonetheless, that 25%, let's just say 25 to 30%, because some days she doesn't end every day at 75%, but 20 to 30% of her drain is for not having a signal. And I thought that was pretty good for the most part. Now, it has a signal maybe an hour out of her day, basically. So battery life, again, totally subjective. But I think that, I might be making a mistake by giving up this bad boy here. And I could very well just keep them both. But this time when I do my trade-in for the device, I'm not going to just rush and send this one in. I'm going to actually use, and I say that because normally when I've done a trade-in with Samsung, I know exactly what I'm giving up, and they're giving me such a good deal on it that I decide, I'm just going to send it in right away because it's better to just keep the newer device. And I've always done it that way because I know I wouldn't want the other device I'm trading in. Like they gave me, I think, $800 for my S20 back in the day. My Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus, that phone was trash. And they gave me $800 for it. And I got it for free. So that's kind of why I was like, I'm giving this up. This is a gimme right here. But this phone, I got it for pretty much just under half off. I got it at $999, and this is $1,800. So I got a good deal on it. So, I've only paid $999 for this. And let's be clear here, $1,000 for a cell phone is a big deal to some people. But if you're a tech enthusiast, $1,000 for your cell phone, especially if you're a creator, you should be making this cash back. If I'm just being all the way 100 with you, you should be making this money back and have some kind of residual income if you're on YouTube buying expensive devices like this. We want to learn from our mistakes in the past. You don't want to be in the red. You want to be in the black. So this is just money from YouTube revenue. But at the same time, I don't want to be frivolous about it and just toss money around, because YouTube is a lot of fun and it's very lucrative for me. So that's how I can purchase all these devices. But at the same time, like I said, I don't want to just toss money in and out of the window. So it'll definitely blow back in your face when the wind's blowing, and you don't want it to blow back in a negative way. So if you are a creator, your devices should be paying for themselves depending on how long you've been on YouTube. And sometimes it doesn't matter how long you've been on YouTube. If you're just doing very well, you can pretty much get what you want, and you handle your business how you want to handle it. But for me, even though I'm doing well, I don't want to just toss this great device out the window. It is just such a joy to open up this thing. My hinge is still flawless. The phone is just flawless. Everything about this is flawless. It's great. So I'm not having any issues with this phone, but I just figured this is the phone that I'm getting the most for, so trade it in. But today is March 3rd, and as of right now, my delivery date has not changed, which is March 8th. So I know that when I start to inch closer and closer to that date, I should be getting an email from Samsung on around the 6th or so, possibly saying, hey, here's your tracking number, or hey, your device isn't ready yet. Because I ordered back at the beginning of February, and it'll be exactly about a month it's actually a couple days ahead. I ordered on the 10th, I believe, and they scheduled my delivery date for the estimated delivery date of the 8th of March. So is it a mistake you feel? I saw your comments in the other video when I said I'm ditching this for the S22 Ultra. Well, just to be clear, I am still ditching this, if you will, for the trade-in to that's kind of like, just a good conversation starter. That's all that is. That's just to build a little hype behind the video, being honest. That's really all it is. But in reality, the Fold cannot be replaced. The S22 Ultra cannot replace the Fold. And even though I don't have the S22 Ultra yet, of my own, I should say, I've been using my wife's for a little bit here and there, and it's a great phone, but I don't know that I would take it if I had them both on the table. The pen support is great and everything, and this does have pen support. There's styluses that I use for this. I don't know that I would give up. I don't know that I would, if they were the same price, I don't know that I would pick the S22 Ultra over the Z Fold 3. Now that I officially have them side by side and I can check them out, the hardware on this thing feels premium. It's ridiculously good. This is killer hardware, folks. It's fantastic. This is just great. I have my little skin on there, but I also like having a fingerprint reader in the power button. That's great to me. I love it. I love being able to open up when I want to and get a full-fledged tablet. This is the dilemma that I'm running into. I saw a comment from somebody and they said, Jay, you're going to miss the Z Fold 3. What I might end up doing is, because if you ordered a custom S22 Ultra, I don't think you can return those. So what I might end up doing is, I don't know if you can actually. I don't think you can, but I guess you could. I guess I don't know, but nonetheless, it's just a color. So yeah, you might be able to return it. But what I'm thinking about doing is keeping this, and then possibly just kind of holding on to the S22 in the color I got to see how that value is, because people sell things all the time, and I don't mind paying. I didn't get any discounts on my. Oh, let me tell you about my experience with Samsung with the Tab S8 Ultra. So I canceled that order. I originally set mine up, and this is another reason why I was trading in this device. I got the S22 Ultra 512 custom color and a S8 Tab S8 Ultra for $900 together with the keyboard cover, the Ultra, the tablet, the big boy. It was a 128, but still, I got the 128 tablet. Obviously, that's what they were offering at the time, and then I got the keyboard cover included, and then I got the phone. All of that and trade in this was only $900 plus tax for me. But in the end, I ended up canceling the Tab S8 Ultra because, for one, I prefer iPads. I have several tablets, and I prefer to use my Surface Go 3 or my iPad for a tablet experience, while the S8 Ultra is probably going to be really nice. I also have a 14-inch MacBook Pro. And so I'm comparing the things in my life that I'm really actually using. And I don't even know that I would have had a space for this thing. It just would have been something I reviewed. And it's probably, I would have let my wife use it or let one of my children use it. It would have been like that. So I was like, that's $680 or whatever I'm getting back on that. Or $650. I don't know what it was. It was six something. My total bill was $999 plus taxes. So it came to just over $1,000 for the phone, the tablet, and the keyboard for me on the pre-order if I traded this in. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. But the fact is, I know that I probably wouldn't use the tab as much as I think I would. Plus, it's a really thin tablet. I've seen it. It's beautiful. But the iPads really have won me over. And then if I thought about it, I was like, man, this device right here is absolutely stupendous, man. It's fantastic. This is a killer device. It's a killer device. It's going to be a tough thing to let go. And, as I was shooting this video, I was like, man, what am I going to title this video? Because this is a discussion video. And what could I possibly title this? But I tell you, this will be a tough one for me. I'm not going to be in a rush to trade this in. And I'm also going to probably use my S22 Ultra for about as long as I can use it without trading it in, which gives me some time to compare the cameras and compare the overall experience. And I think I'll be able to make a decision by then. Or I could just get down to it and say, you know what, man, I like the Ultra so much. Because, again, I have one in the house already. And I checked it out. And, man, it is great, folks. But, again, with me not using it regularly myself, how can I possibly I can give you the first impressions. And that's about it. And so there it is, folks. Discussion video for you guys. Is it a mistake to trade in this Z Fold 3 that I got for such a great price for the S22 Ultra? What are your thoughts? It's your man Jay. Did you trade yours in? Have you shipped it back already? Or did you cancel? Or did you return your S22 Ultra already if you were possibly thinking about trading in this device for it and you kept this over the Ultra? I got to know what you think. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. Discussion's over. Take care.